Well, hello there. Welcome to the dumpster fire. I know I don't have that fancy intro or, the flames going or Madden 92 in the background, but I do have some baseballs being played. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit around and talk about some good old unwritten rules. And you know what I mean by unwritten rules, Mr. Fernando Tatis Jr. The good times.
I have been morally outraged for the last... You know what? I went to bed thinking that there was a great day of baseball to be had. The Mets actually won a game, which is a miracle in and of itself. And then I wake up and all of Twitter's on fire about a player swinging on a 3-0 fastball and plunking it into right field and clearing the bases, which should happen under any scenario, right?
Yeah.
My thing was the comments, right?
Both Tingler and Woodward. Woodward was bitching at Tingler because he used to work for the Rangers organization.
Yeah, it was crazy that I was even more perturbed that Tingler apologized himself and then Tatis Jr. apologized as well. Like, why apologize for anything? It's insane that any apology was issued. I was livid about that. That was very disappointing. Very disappointing.
Oh yeah.
Very, very disappointing.
Oh, very, very disappointing. Whole lot of unwritten rules.
What do you think is the dumbest unwritten rule? I think stealing when you're up a lot is
stealing
really
when
stupid.
you're up, bat flips after a big home run. Trying to run up the score. Like, have you ever seen people come back from 8 or 9 run deficits before? I don't know. Maybe.
I know there was a 6-run comeback last year that the Mets did.
Yeah, there was the 7-run comeback, I think, but it was 6-run by the Nationals. I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was awful. That was like the worst thing ever.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. What else? I think that it should be a rule that you have to run up the score. What are you searching there in your browser?
I have no idea why that's up.
Huh? You're looking up a little porn?
No, I don't know why that's up.
I don't know.
That's weird.
I'm
It's because I minimized it. That could have been it.
Okay, there's EA. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get Bob Hansen to come on in.
Oh,
It's
no
like,
worries, man. No worries. While you're doing that, let's do a few super chats while everyone looks up my random Yahoo search page. Let's go for Beast of Metal 1989. What is on the outside is not always all that is real. Live by caution, what I feel. When things are reversed, people are shown for what they are. Death, secret face. Those are some words to live by.
Some very good words to live by. Secret face.
Absolutely.
What's up, EA?
What up?
What's going on, gentlemen?
Not too much, just the same old shit.
Masturbating with the cheese grater, like I always am.
Oh, yeah.
It gets the job
what do you think I do when you're doing it? I'm just doing it like that.
Well, Tree's definitely working on it today because his favorite safety of all time, Artie Burns, is out for the season.
No, that's Mike Mitchell, who's my favorite safety. Artie Burns, he just never lived up to his potential. He had that great rookie year, and that's just like, dude, what the hell happened?
Yeah, out for the season, tore ACL.
I mean, everyone's tearing their damn ACLs. Gerald McCoy had that big injury. I think Hurd? No, not Hurd. Receiver for the Niners got injured. I mean, everyone's just dropping like flies.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on, Bob. I don't know why you can't join. You're supposed to be able to join.
Hmm.
Sorry. trying to handle it. He says there's a lock on it. He says
It's probably, I know you have that issue sometimes, like it does like an automatic thing, like you have to do it manually and give them the upgrades or something. If I remember correctly, I'm not sure. But in the meantime, let's go for Makai Wilson for 10. The Phoenix Suns go 8-0 in the bubble and still miss the playoffs due to their past. Their valiant efforts will all be for nothing, but will never be forgotten. Basketball gods show no mercy. Amen. Yeah, I think the other 60 games counted for something, unfortunately, there.
Yeah.
No, not much you can do there.
Sorry about that. Hey, we've been talking, I guess, before we get into more super chats, because you're doing that. Well, I think I got it figured out. Dude, the NHL playoffs,
They've been good.
they've been good. I just wish that more series were tied.
Yeah, but the problem is, like, Calgary's blown it. Columbus kind of ran out of gas. Montreal is just, kind of running out of gas and running into a better team. Carolina straight up collapsed.
Oh my god.
That was a collapse.
Collapse like the roof.
Oh, dude,
at,
you had a 2-goal lead. You don't gain a shot on net for the first 18 minutes of the third period. James Reimer, I don't know what the hell he's doing for that first goal. He just, ran out of his net and tried to, poke check it out. What are you, Marc-Andre Fleury? Get the fuck out of here.
He became James Reimer again. That's what he did.
Yep. And then everyone remembers 2013. It's like, oh, yeah, you remember when James Reimer was with Toronto in Game 7 of 2013? He really wanted to relive that one, boys.
What baseball game is playing in the background?
World Series 96.
Oh, my gosh.
Felt like doing something special because of a certain unwritten rule that occurred.
Oh, gosh, what's another dumb unwritten rule that I don't like in baseball?
Oh, Yadier Molina, Brian McCann.
Oh, yeah, Brian McCann has a whole bunch of unwritten rules.
He's the chief of the unwritten rule.
Yeah, he's the fun cop.
Yes.
Good old Brian McCann. And then, what other unwritten rules are there in sports, though? That's what I want to know.
Well, there's
in the
kangaroo
NFL,
courts. Don't walk on the logo in the locker room.
Those are more like superstitions, though. Like in the NFL, you can run. Like I've never seen anyone get shit for running up the score in the NHL. Like if someone scores a goal, they celebrate like it was the first goal. If it's the 11th goal, like they love.
Well, they
scoring.
celebrate. Well, it's an unwritten rule. You don't celebrate when you're down by 10. You don't pip it out then. Which that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess, okay, you score a goal and you're down by 10. You do not do the dive on the ice and slide across. And then do the Timu Solani and throw your glove in the air.
Yeah,
and
don't
shoot
be
it.
like the U.S. women's team against Thailand. You're up 12-1 and you're still celebrating like you just won the World Cup.
Hey, side note to you, Mr. 5 Points, you have a guest in your general.
Yeah, we're going to bring him on in 3 minutes. Good old Buffalo Bob Hansen, who was supposed to appear with me on my video on the Buffalo Bills Stadium, but I had to cut. The video was getting too long. And then this morning I logged in and the fucking video was demonetized because of the Buffalonians jumping through tables.
Good old Buffalonians.
Buffalonians. Put the lotion on the skin or else it gets the table again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right, let's read one more super chat, and then we'll bring Bob in.
Our friend Jared Froman for $5. Tree, how does it feel that the Pirates are 4-14? I really don't care. They suck.
Precedented.
Them not playing most of last week was a blessing. Yeah. Straight up blessing. Biggest highlights of the year were that break and a drone flying over one of their games. Also, which MLB team has surprised both you and FPV? Which team has been the biggest disappointment? I'd say the Marlins have probably been the biggest surprise. I mean, going with that ragtag group and still having a winning record.
Marlins, yes. The Padres were the initial surprise, but then they
lost 5 straight.
This season has been so weird. It's too
early. That's the problem. You can't really gauge anything.
I'd say the Nats are kind of disappointing.
Yeah,
though.
I'd
They
say the
haven't
Nats are
really-
disappointing. The Astros have struggled. The Mets, are the Mets.
Yeah.
The Reds, the White Sox.
I'm not surprised by the Mets being bad. They were supposed. Anytime we expect them to be good.
Well, the
they
problem
turn
is,
out
like,
to
I
be bad.
didn't trust them to do anything because last year they didn't do anything, and their hitting's still been awful.
Yeah. Except for last night, they finally started scoring some runs. So.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's bring in Bob Hansen. Here we go. Boom! Look at that. Bob, you're
Hey,
there. You hear us?
are you there, sir?
Mike worked for a second. I saw.
I see him. He's online.
Yep, he's in here.
Yep, he's in
With
here.
us.
He's not muted or anything fun like that.
A little picture of.
I need to
Okay.
say the bad words. Do I need to say the bad words about Josh Allen? Is that what gets people to react?
Actually,
Hey, maybe
Bob
he's off doing the who.
what's funny is Bob is an even bigger Sabres fan and of the Bills.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh, you
insane.
can even talk about the Sabres, and he'll go off on it for 20 minutes, and I do not blame him one bit.
Looks like his connection is. Oh no! Oh, we don't need a video, Bob. Can you talk? I see your face.
Yeah, I see his face.
We don't do it. We don't do any video.
We don't need the vidya.
We don't need the vidya. Can you hear us? Odd, up and down. You can hear us.
Bark twice if
hear us?
you're in Milwaukee.
Bob.
He flipped a coin. He's
Yep.
now parting his hair. Let's see what we got. Some
Jealous of
play-by-play.
his
He's got a
hair.
nondescript wall with a Sabres jersey hanging behind him.
What if he starts rubbing out a batch? What are we gonna do?
I don't know,
I
man.
tell him
Can he
you
hear
gotta
us?
give his balls a tug.
Give your
Hey,
balls
there's
a
nothing
tug.
wrong with giving your balls a tug.
Not at all. Doctor says you got to do that to check for bumps.
Oh, yeah.
I
Every
don't know
time.
how he can't hear us.
Oh, it looks like he's offline and online and...
Yeah, it's
His
weird.
video's bouncing around again. Now his face is all red, according to his
Yeah,
video.
yeah. Look at his face turning red.
Oh, it's-
Oh.
Good God, it's almost as red as yours is after you had to put a plunger on it.
You
You flipped the coin again?
I was more embarrassed by that than actually red. He looks physically red. Maybe he spent a day out. Like he should talk. Here, let me send him a message on Twitter. Read another Snapchat.
Welcome to the dumpster fire, ladies and gentlemen. And it's surprisingly not my fault this time. Alex Moreno for 5. Running late, severe traffic around South Ontario. It's also 170 degrees with 30% humidity. Enjoy the next song, gentlemen. Also, the Angels are trash. Oof. Yeah, 107 with 30 degrees humidity. Jesus, that's rough. Sorry, brother. Let's keep on going while we wait for our technical issues. Beast of Metal 1989 for 20. I'm sad. Well, even sadder than I was after the Pens lost. Watching the Blue Jackets run out of gas in real time due to playing so much so early is soul-crushing as a dedicated hater of this incarnation of the Lightning. Well, the problem is what the Blue Jackets really need right now is, someone like a Panarin or a Duchesne, somebody they had last year, but unfortunately they don't have that offensive firepower that they don't have anymore. I mean, Dubois could be something. He's showing promise, but he's not there yet. I mean, I feel like he could be like a first liner. Maybe at peak, he could probably pull a Sabanajad, become a face of a franchise. Something along those lines. It looks like the Islanders are going on the power play.
You're talking about my boy Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Yes.
That is a beast right
Liam
there.
Foudy is looking pretty good, too. I mean, more like, an bottom sixer right now, but he has upside.
The Booty?
Yeah, Booty Foudy.
Footy, yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. He's
Oh.
very good. He's very active when he is out there on the ice.
Mm-hmm. And for all those of you saying that Washington should blow it up and change their team, they can't, because if you look at their cap friendly, they have a lot of long-term contracts. And Ovechkin's probably going to get extended because I doubt he goes anywhere else for the rest of his career. Probably take like a pay cut, but that's about it. Sorry, boys. Very sorry. But let's keep going for El Chris for 5. Saw that video on the fall of EA Sports. Nice pop in FPV. Yeah, I did see that. You had a nice little cameo there. Sadly, EA will never make sports games or any game as great as they did. So sad. Well, it's because they make money.
I want to know, Chris. Tell me later or in the chat. I felt like I sounded too robotic. Everyone else was very casual in that video, and I like wrote a script.
Not
and,
really.
like,
You
read
sounded
it.
like an average influencer. I didn't really feel like you were robotic or anything.
Giant cock.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that's how we always sound, though.
I am a giant cock. Not figurative. Not literally. Figuratively.
All
just
3
an
inches
asshole.
of it.
All 2.5.
You're
Don't-
compensating.
Yep. That's not what you said. You said it felt like 3.5 inches.
I don't know about that.
Ooh, somebody just went yard.
Mm-hmm.
Houston just went yard.
Jeff Bagwell. Oh,
Must
yeah.
have been,
Beastin' and
must have
beastin'.
been- he must have got a sign.
Oh, yeah. On Scott Eldred, I think it is. But let's keep on going. Alex Moreno for 2. Homeless guy arrested for arson of Azusa Canyon fire. And yeah, it's getting ugly now. Somebody just hit
There's 6 fires now.
6 fires. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Very
There's
nice.
Azusa, Corona, Riverside, Santa Monica, Malibu, Ventura, and Santa Clarita.
The last thing I need are more people being reminded of Corona. Jesus.
Welcome to hell.
Well, California is hell, so.
So someone
Pretty
let
much.
that fire on purpose?
Yeah, the homeless
It's a
guy.
very
did.
expensive hell.
Remember I told you that guy who did it at the Citrus Stadium a while back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
yeah,
guy?
yeah.
He might be the same guy. I have to check.
I was worried about that.
How do people live in LA? Just don't,
We don't.
understand.
You hate yourself enough, or you live there and don't know anything else?
Just
Pretty
don't.
much.
Or you're a
Yeah, you guys are better
YouTuber
than the Bay
and
Area.
want to network with everybody?
Pretty much.
A lot of people are leaving. Joe Rogan's leaving.
I don't blame him. Dude, everyone's leaving
lot
the
of
big cities. People are
personal
leaving New York
liberty.
in droves.
Yep, people leaving New York.
Don't live here.
Chicago, people are leaving.
Yep.
The Navy Pier's closing again because nobody's going. Well, because parking's also like ridiculously
Well,
expensive.
People don't want to get murdered.
Pretty much.
Don't wanna
Oh my
get
God,
murdered.
people
No
care
one's
about
getting
their
shot
safety.
at Navy Pier. You know?
It's true, but
I
it's
think he
fun
needs
to say
open.
it. I kind of like I like the Navy Pier a lot.
It's
Fun place
touristy.
to
It's not
hang out.
bad though.
I've never been to Millennium Park or whatever, or is it
Millennium
Millennium Park?
Oh, Millennium Park, yeah, with the egg or the
Yeah,
cloud
yeah.
sculpture.
The bean.
Yeah,
The bean,
They
baby.
keep the egg so shiny. I think they stole my secret for how I shine my head. That's how they keep the egg shiny.
I also leave it shiny, shiny,
Oh.
shiny,
Shiny, shiny.
shiny.
Get that nice sheen going.
Shiny, and oh, it's a goal.
Shiny
Bad
hair.
bounce. Looks like Jean-Gabriel Pajot just scored a goal for the
Scored?
Islanders. Yep.
Boy, the Washingtons are Washingtons are very
Dude,
much
that 2018 run was a fucking fluke. I mean,
Think
well,
they did kind of win the Stanley Cup.
yeah, but Columbus choked, Chris Letang happened in Pittsburgh, Tampa choked, and Vegas ran out of gas. I mean,
Yeah,
you
Vegas
haven't
did
won a
kinda-
series since. Like,
That
they're
was a
getting
nice
fucking
deflection.
smacked by their old coach. Do you regret not signing Trotz and giving him money yet? I don't know.
Funny game, actually.
Oh, there's Bob.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Now.
I know. I didn't. You know what it is? I've never used this before, so I'm looking around and I'm just like, how do I use this thing? Somebody help me. And then I'm just like, let me go in the settings and see what I can find. And the next thing you know, boom, here I am.
Here you are.
Otherwise, you were
Middle
missing
of
my
the
play-by-play on you.
So what did I miss?
Not much.
We were just insulting you the whole time, just calling you stupid for not figuring out Discord, and then remarking on your purple jacket, and you flipping the coin over and over again.
Well, it's actually like rose-colored red, but okay. And second,
I'm just messing with you, dude. All right, yeah, well, Bob, before we read another one, if nobody knows that's watching right now, Bob runs the Buffalo Bobcast. Talks a lot about the Sabres. Is known around the area as the Sabres guy. Also,
You and I have
talks,
both been
you
on
know,
his podcast
fan.
before.
Yep.
yep.
and is a guy that had both me and Tree on his podcast. And could you possibly turn your speakers down a little bit? There's a little bit of reverb.
Sure.
No problem.
Sure.
I'm hearing myself through. No worries. It's first time using Discord. And
Discord's weird when you get used to it, it's fine, but it's like it's not like Zoom or Skype or anything like that.
Yeah. I want to ask you something, Bob.
Sure.
Have you tailgated at Bill Stadium before?
Funny you said that. I've actually done it twice. I did it in the middle of January. I froze my nuts off. It was me, my fiance, and my dad. It was about maybe 4 years ago. We went to the season finale against the Jets, and I think this is right before or after Rex Ryan got fired. And we were just outside. It was freezing cold. It was snowing. And I remember we were just hanging out in like the parking lot. And the thing about New Era Field or whatever it's going to be called, nobody really knows for right now. But like when it was called New Era Field, I want to say, screw it. I'm just going to call it New Era Field. So we were at New Era Field. It's not like any other stadium, really. It's literally like a stadium that's like stamped in like this rural area that's surrounded with houses. So basically, everybody has their own unique way of just tailgating. So you could play devil's advocate and just pay $100 for the parking, or you could pay $15 for a private parking space, and you could barbecue for about 2-3 hours.
Nice.
Wow. So is it as crazy as it looks, or with the people jumping through tables and doing dumb shit? Is that like pockets of like that's not like everyone? That's like maybe a couple people here, maybe a couple people there, or is everybody fucking buck wild? I
mean, it's kind of tradition, but I don't know exactly where it came from. Now, granted, I live in Long Island, so I have to travel up to Buffalo for the games. So it's kind of like a traditional thing. It's kind of like I don't know. There's so many traditions in sports, I can't even keep it on top of my head. But it is kind of like a thing where people do attend to jump through tables. But that's not the only thing that they do at the games. They also they attend to do this guy who I interviewed about a few months ago. It went pretty poorly because of audio and Wi-Fi connections. This is by the guy by the name of Kent Johnson. And he's a longtime Bills fan. And he's been to every game since 1994. So no, the last game he missed was 1994. And then he's been to every home game, every road game, and every stadium he's ever been to. People have asked him to jump, like literally jump from a van or whatever way you could put it. And they just say, hey, go to the supermarket and just get some ketchup and mustard and just spray it all over me.
Saw that. Yeah. Pinto Ron.
Pinto Ron. And I got to say, it's quite the character.
I saw the video. He just basically he poured ketchup and mustard all over his own face.
Basically,
he was insane. Very much loving. All right, where are we on the super chat?
We're on Jared Froman.
All right, I will read this one. So we'll pepper you in, Bob, and then if you have any opinions on any of these things, don't be afraid to chime in. But as I prepped you, we try to get through these things as quickly as possible, but obviously if we're talking about hockey or football or whatever, feel free to chime in. All right?
Oh, believe me, I'm up for any conversation except for baseball because I don't know anything about it as much. I mean, I'm a Met fan, but I'm not religious about it.
Yeah, well,
you don't care about your native Blue Jays?
Actually, Trey, I'm a Mets fan.
You poor bastard.
Yeah, he's from Long Island. Well, he's actually from Long Island, but he's a crazy Sabres and Bills fan. I don't know how that happens. But then again, how does a guy in Virginia love Giants, the Mets, the Rangers, and the Knicks of all teams? Jared Froman says, I like the Dallas-Calgary series because both teams have a recent history of underachieving. They both kind of just suck.
They haven't been that good. I mean, Calgary's had a chance to rip it in their throats, and they've sucked. Like they can you hold a lead with a minute left? That's all I ask. You blew it in game 2. You blew it in game 4.
Seen a lot of empty netters. In this abbreviated playoffs, and it seems like that's the only way some teams are able to generate offense.
With Philadelphia, Montreal, you got 2 brick walls in there with each other.
Yeah, but then finally, the Darcy Kemper died last night.
Darcy Kemper's tower defense.
Yep. Yeah, they just finally broke through, and he is now dead. He was buried last night, and he was buried underneath 7 fucking goals. nobody got on the fucking who were they playing? God damn it,
Colorado.
Colorado for scoring the 7th goal. No one was like, "That's Bush League."
Well, Rick Tocchet was just saying nobody wanted to fucking play. Fuck this team.
Yeah, well, Rick Tocchet knows a lot about losing. Mm-hmm. Beast of Metal 1989, breaking Chase Elliott wins inaugural NASCAR Cup Series race at Daytona infield course. Opinion, so he executed a late race restart for once. Good.
Do they want his
the
pit
road
crew
course
fired yet?
What's that?
They still want his Petrucci fired yet?
Yeah. Well, he's winning races.
What's
He's
his
in the
name? Gustafson,
playoff.
right?
Yeah. The Daytona road course looked just like the outside with the chicane, like with the little penis shape in it and one extra chicane, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
It was very unimaginative, the Daytona road course, but apparently they're going to be using it for a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, NASCAR could always use more road courses.
I like road course races because a pass is like really exciting. But really, what I've learned this year watching more NASCAR is the short tracks are actually the best for races, race-wise. Now, the super speedway, it seems like somebody just gets out in front and then leads it. And then, the road courses are good, but passing isn't as prevalent as a short track.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Jared Froman. Go ahead, Bob.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. You just sneezed.
I didn't
You-
sneeze.
Are you a NASCAR fan at all?
Not really. I listen. My whole life is basically just like a small world. I care about 4 things, in fact. I care about hockey. I care about football. I care a little bit about my baseball, and I care about my fiance.
Oh, nice. I care about alcohol, jacking off, sports, then more jacking off.
2-0 now. Looks like Matt
Oh,
Barzal.
boy.
And it just focused to like Todd Reardon. I forget who he looks like. He looks like a famous actor. It's just like tall and balding.
Who looks like a famous actor?
Todd Reardon.
Oh,
I mean, all you have to know about the Redskins Capitals, Todd Reardon. You should have known he was an assistant of Dan Bilesma. You should have known he was bad from then. But I guess Washington liked him, and he would come cheaper. So I don't know. I mean, I knew they weren't gonna keep like Trotz because I knew like Washington didn't want to pay him. They wanted to move on, but yeah, I think that's looking to be a mistake.
Todd Reardon looks like that bit part actor. I know who you're thinking
Yes,
of.
I know exactly. It's the guy from It's the guy from. He was on like Fight Club. He was on that movie with Ray Kroc with McDonald's. There's like one of the brothers there. I forget his name though. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I
He looked
know.
like Adrian Brody, kind of.
No, he does not look like Adrian Brody.
No, think with different hair. He's got the same face.
I was going to say, he looks like Kevin Malone from The Office.
Little bit.
Oh, well, no.
Little bit.
That's Ted Cruz.
Hold on. Todd Reardon, Capitals. I must be looking at some. I'm looking at.
Oh,
some
I know who this is.
notifications.
John Carroll Lynch. Look him up. That looks like Todd Reardon.
Hold on. Where's Todd Reardon?
Nice jacket, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Yep, John Carroll Lynch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's who I'm
Alright.
thinking of.
That was a really bad goal by who's in
Both
that?
of them have
Obi?
been soft.
Yeah, that was a bad goal to give up. They're about to get bounced. They're
Good.
back to the Capitals are back,
Looks
baby.
like I better work on the congrats Caps. I mean, when you get embarrassed in the first round by your old coach. Jesus Christ.
This is a fitting super chat from Jared Froman. I had honestly thought that the Capitals would put more of a fight against the Isles.
Mhm.
Eggman knows them well.
It's time to say, congratulations, your team once again can't make it past the second round. It's like they're the New Orleans Saints. Tremendous failure with a random blip of a championship followed by more tremendous failure.
Yes.
It's what they are. Or the Atlanta Braves, even. Like, oh, failure, random championship, failure.
Yeah, but you still want the random championship, right? Like, you don't want to be
Okay,
Buffalo Sabres.
what about the Rangers? Yeah, how do you feel about that? You are the Washington Capitals now.
I was 17 years old when the Rangers won the cup,
Yeah.
and I still remember it like it was yesterday. It's preserved in my mind, just like the first time I finger banged a chick.
Yeah, but now you're...
almost
well, the problem
better.
is those memories fade. Now you want a new championship, though. Remember that.
I do need
There
a
are
new
people in their early
championship.
20s who are too young to remember that championship.
True. Some people were
Like,
God
oh, the
damn,
Pirates
I
won
was
40
30.
years ago. I don't fucking remember it. I wasn't even sperm in my dad's nutsack by then.
Yeah, we are family. You weren't part of anybody's family.
Oh God,
You were
no!
just
I
fucking-
wasn't even adopted. Fuck that.
Didn't even start out as a baby. I always seem that it always seems that the coach that used to coach a team has a huge advantage over the new coach that took over that team, right? Because you know usually what your weaknesses are when you're a coach. Like for me, when I play NHL, I do not like to be pressured. I don't like the full-on forecheck. That shit bothers me. Like,
So I should
don't
use
like
a 2-1-2 when I'm facing against you. Is that what you're
should
saying?
use the 2-3 and turn your pressure all the way up, and I'll just get frustrated. Eventually, trying to break that press all game. Like I don't like it. I don't like to play that way. But I guess the Capitals don't like neutrals. What are the Islanders doing? I
It's a
haven't
half
caught enough
neutral
games.
zone trap. It seems like it's a 1-3-1 or a 1-1-3.
Oh, I don't really respect the 1-3-1.
It's not a 1-3-1. That's Guy Boucher. It's a 1-1-3, I think.
That's Ottawa Senators bullshit right there.
The Senators suck, and they will always suck, no matter how you put them.
It's true. Keep on bashing Yashin, right? Remember that?
Be careful. I'll probably still win a championship earlier than the Leafs.
Yes, I hope so.
I think the Senators have a better shot to win a championship before the Senators do.
I think Eugene Melnick would have to sell, like, not just his soul, but probably the remaining souls of Ottawa to win a championship before the Leafs do. Who do you think wins a championship first? Sabres or a Canadian team?
Canadian team.
Period.
Terry
I think a
Pegula does
Canadian-
not know what the fuck he's doing.
Cannot wait. I hope. Well, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I just hope that another American team wins the cup this year. That's all I have.
Oh,
to say.
dude, Canadians will
My
be
own content.
insufferable if they win.
My selfish content. Huh? Sean Pinkerton, Texas mad about home runs. Bautista Renteria and Freeze must be laughing their asses off. Yet another chapter in their legacy of failure. Cheers. Yeah, that whole thing was upsetting. The one thing that also upset me was the pitcher throwing at the next batter.
Yeah, that's a bitch move. I mean,
It is a
thankfully he got suspended and Woodward got suspended and Tatis didn't get shit. They were like, fuck you, this is retarded.
It's so funny because it's a double standard. Like, you see Joe Kelly as a hero for throwing at Astros, but this dude that's triggered because some guy took him yard running up the score, he's a fucking dickhead cocknock.
Well, it's because the Astros are cunt nuggets.
Right, but there is a contextual difference, wouldn't
Yeah.
you say? I mean, it's just, it's one thing for someone to
Yeah,
take
Joe
somebody
Kelly
else's...
did what every blue-blooded American wanted them to do. Just start beaning people.
I would
That
love
Ian
to-
Jabot, or whatever his name is pronounced as, was acting like a triggered little bitch.
Yeah. Oh, it sucks about getting old. Is being old.
Yep.
Like my fastball today, I was throwing in the backyard, maybe 50 miles an hour.
I doubt I can even do that.
And what's his name? Logan Forsythe pitched last night for
Marlins.
the Marlins, and he was throwing like 76.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Well, they're
damn,
also
he's-
trained for athletes and have more core strength.
yeah, he was probably an ex-college pitcher too.
Yeah.
All right, read Beast Metal.
Beast of Metal 1989.
MLB, right.
MLB needs to fix the problems of unwritten rules. I have the answer Write them all down. Legislate fun out of the game as tennis did before you. I didn't even know tennis had fun as part of their game. I thought it was just rotate the championships between Andy Murray, Novak Djokovic, and Roger Federer.
Yeah. I remember tennis.
Yeah, I remember. It's like, oh yeah, nobody gave a shit because nobody's Americans dominating. Because back in the day, it used to be, oh yeah, we have Agassi and Sampras. Now it's like
Agassi,
nobody gives a
Sampras,
shit.
Jim Courier made it all the way to number one. Gilmore, Brad Gilbert
Jim McEnroe,
was a pretty good tennis player.
Arthur Ashe.
I wanted to be Agassi. I had both the green Agassiz and the orange Agassiz.
Mm-hmm.
You play any sports, Bob, personally?
I do. I actually play roller hockey with a bunch of 40 and 50-year-olds. In fact, I actually play with guys that are probably older than you and Tree combined. Let's put it that way.
Are you the all-star of the league? Are you like the fastest one out there?
Neither.
Well, probably some 40 and 50-year-olds who stay in tight shape.
Basically, I mean, for me, I just go to the game. I just dress up with my guys. I play for an hour, and I go out after the game, whether it's at a place called Changing Times, which is exactly like a Buffalo Wild Wings kind of place, but it's a bar, and then we all drink beer together, and then whatever else we do.
Nice.
That's what it's about.
That is what it's about.
What it's about. It's just getting hammered after playing some type of sweaty
Hammer
activity.
some dudes into the boards and then get hammered with them
Are you
next
allowed
to
to
you.
check in roller hockey, in adult roller hockey?
What about adult roller hockey?
Are you allowed to check? Can you hit, or is it more like you can body them up like a pickup basketball? Like,
It really depends what league you really play in. I mean, I play for a company called Skate Safe America, which is right here on Long Island in Suffolk County. And next thing you know, there's 2 rinks. And basically the rules are pretty simple, is that you can body check, but you can't hurt them intentionally, obviously, because, you know, they got kids and they got to have their limbs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've intended to kill people in the games because that's just in my nature as a hockey player. I would rather do that than jeopardize my season. But I intended to get into a few scrambles here and there. I've been suspended, and I'm not afraid to admit that. You know, I've had a couple of roundups, but then I come back the next game, and then I just do it all again. It's a cycle. But the answer to the question is, it depends where you hit them. Like, you can hit them within the hips, you can hit them within the shoulder, but you can't hit them directly with your shoulder to the head.
okay. So there's rules to hurting people. I like it.
Basically.
You can punch them in the body, but not in the face. All right, Tree. Next.
Red Rhino 94 for Cool 20. My birthday is coming up this weekend. Normally, I would spend this money on Korean barbecue and booze, but not happening this year, so I'll just spend it on you two. Anyway, thoughts on the Titans with no fans, but Chiefs with 20% fans.
The Chiefs have to pay Patty Mahomes'
Yep,
contract.
they got to pay him and Travis Kelce and Frank Clark and a few other guys.
Yep, and then Andy Reid's going to want a raise here at some point.
Yeah, it's like, look, I got you a ring for the first time in 50 years. Pay the fuck up.
Yep.
They're going to be in cap hell for a long time with that Mahomes contract.
And they'll still be competitive, though, with that quarterback.
My thing is how are they going to do crowd noise, right? So obviously you watch games in the bubble with the NHL and the NBA. You hear, I guess they're, I don't know if they're playing
sounds.
crowd. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're playing noise in the arena. But in the NFL, crowd noise is a big thing. I mean, it makes a huge difference in the outcome of the game. Remember that one game where the Giants false started like 11 times in Seattle from the noise? And I just don't see how they'll, like, what would be an acceptable way to pump in crowd noise? Would they say, oh, we take your average decibel noise from last year?
Just do what the Falcons did a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Just pipe it in randomly.
I was just going to bring that up. About
Everybody brought that up when I tweeted about crowd noise. Everyone was like, ask the Falcons or ask the Vikings, because I was the one that reported that in my video. Like, I did the research and found out that they were the cheaters. Okay? And then my video it's like a simple Google search. What was that?
Remember the Lions on Monday night when Barry Sanders broke when he cracked 2,000 yards and Neil O'Donnell couldn't even hear himself
Yeah, and the Chiefs broke the decibel record a couple times. I've been in really loud crowds. I thought that it was the brown note. You know what the brown note is? Where it's the frequency that's so loud. Yeah, it's so loud that you can't control your bowels. I've been in a crowd where it was so loud where I definitely thought that my insides were shaking to the point that I would have to probably have a gamble and lose. No, maybe touch cotton. Maybe prairie dog. Why are you on video now? Your mic doesn't sound as good as it did earlier, Alex.
I don't know. I like it.
Must be the PC mic that it's coming. Oh, you want to show me your Dodgers jersey? I don't give a fuck about your Dodgers jersey, Alex.
You are salty.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Just I'm a dick. Jared Froman says, my 23rd birthday is in 6 days. If you want to wish me a happy birthday, now's the time. Also, Tariq Skubal and Casey Mize make MLB debuts this week. All right.
Happy birthday, brother. Right. Also, happy birthday, Red Rhino.
Yes.
You didn't mention
happy
that
birthday, Jared Froman.
Mine's in a month.
Happy birthday, brother.
Hey.
And of all the days I get picked to go out on my birthday, it's 9/11 of all places.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, I turned 44 in the beginning of September. It sucks.
Well,
it's
also you have to remember, I just realized Jason Robertson, guess what his birth date is?
9/11?
Yep, 9/11/2001. That's a cursed date.
Brutal. Well, you know what? It's not bad for him. It's his parents that were like, "Fuck, this is the worst thing ever." Bob, were
it's
you
even
in New
worse
York?
if they gave birth at like 8:45 a.m.
Oh God.
First of all, how old were you in 9/11, and were you in New York when it happened?
Let's see. If I'm doing the math correctly, I'm turning 28. So 20 years ago, I was. I want to say I was either 8 or 9 when that happened. And no, I was in elementary school. I was in my classes. Like, I was with my teachers at that point at 8:45 in the morning. So I wasn't anywhere near in New York City when that happened.
You couldn't even see the skyline, right? It's that far away. Like,
no, I couldn't see anything regarding.
So they probably just sent you home, and then you just went home and was like freaked out, like world's coming to an end. Probably.
Yeah, like one fonding memory I have about that day is I was really young. I was 8 or 9 when I was on that day. So I go up to my teacher, or it might have been my mom, I don't remember. And I go up to one of the two, and I said, "Why are there bad people taking down the tower?" And I didn't know better. And I'm like, "Well, why are they ruining my birthday?" And I'm like, "I don't know. We can't really fix that." And I'm just like upset, and we're trying to have a birthday party for me at that age, and I'm just like trying to understand what's going on. But now I clearly do what was happening at that point. So really, I didn't really have any sort of interest or idea of what was going on at that point.
Oh, 20 years later, you have a personal vendetta against Al Qaeda because they ruined your 8th birthday.
Yeah, basically.
It's like, not only did you try to ruin America, you ruined my birthday. All right. Zion.
I mean, can we all just sit here and just thank God that Osama bin Laden is dead?
Yes, but terror is not dead.
No.
Terror every day. Speaking of that, Roger of Zion for 5. My terror reading is officially in danger. Canes are on the ropes. Yeah, Canes
blame them
are
for
in
collapsing. Blame them for collapse.
They had a 2-goal lead, and then they put a bunch of shit in their bed. They just dropped a load of hot.
They didn't even just do like a load. They did like diarrhea. That was just like it like the stuff that like spews all over the place and like
Taco Bell diarrhea.
Yeah. Taco Bell diarrhea.
Yeah.
That's on the diarrhea scales. Like there's like sick diarrhea where you just like you touch the toilet seat or something, and then there's Taco Bell diarrhea.
In between that is Chipotle diarrhea.
Yeah, Chipotle. Actually, which is a better diarrhea? Is Chipotle diarrhea better than
Taco
stomach
Bell is
flu?
like
I have no
chemicals
idea.
that
I haven't had stomach flu in a long time.
Stomach flu diarrhea is awful because a lot of times.
The stomach fluid,
diarrhea-
like stomach, the pain lingers in your stomach.
Yeah. Plus, sometimes you're vomiting at the same time. You know. Ooh, that puck.
That's
hit the post.
That's a good weight loss strategy.
crossbar.
Puking and shitting at the same time.
Yeah.
That's
You
recipe
ever
for
heard of
death,
angry
right?
dragons? All right, make EA Sports great again. How fitting. I'm surprised. Tree, soft drink didn't ask you to be on that video. You just
Nah, you didn't.
don't follow soft drink.
I don't follow him. I mean, I've heard of him
Done
before. I've never really followed him though.
Oh, he's awesome. Good
I've
kid.
watched
He's
his
like
stuff.
19. Yeah. He's like 19, 20 years old. Just got it figured out, man.
Nice.
If Tree ever jacking Goff in the handicap stall in high school probably was trying to go to full EDP and argue that it's a sport.
I've never said it was a sport.
Jacking off in high school's got to be a sport, right? There's a stealth factor to it.
Yes, it is.
I would never figure that out with him at all. I don't even understand how he even came up with that equation, that jacking off was a sport at all. I mean, the only thing you really do to win the gold medal is if you come out of your dick multiple times.
Well, it's
That's probably
more like you could probably do it for endurance, speed,
Load size is
distance,
distance. Yep,
Um,
distance is important.
euphoria, how quickly you black out. If
Perhaps.
you do black out.
not often.
I couldn't tell you. Before we go off into a tangent about making jacking off great again, let's go to James Amadei for 5. Today I was on the joke boat heading to Mackinac Island. In other news, the SEC is going to try to play college football with fans. Ask them how well Notre Dame and North Carolina are doing with in-person classes. And they've immediately had to go to online. It's like, wow, how are our kids getting sick? I don't know. It's because you have full fucking classes in a fucking college setting.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? I actually talked about this on the with DC football last night. Young kids, college students
We
are
don't
the
give
most
a fuck.
undisciplined. Right, they're the most undisciplined. Think that they're indestructible group of people on planet Earth, not just period, but they will not, and they're the most non-compliant out of every single patient group. They believe that they're healthy, and they are not going to stop doing what they're doing. They're going to hook up, they're going to party, and they're going to try to bang each other, and people are going to get sick. And college football is not going to last. They're going to try it for a month, and an outbreak is going to bust through not just one team, but like 5 or 6
Be careful.
teams.
I mean, baseball's
Yep.
trying to bull rush through all these infections, even though it's been a disaster of a season.
Yeah, okay. But baseball, like, at least these guys have something to lose, right? They have millions of dollars in salary, and they're trying to uphold all these things in pride. Dude, college people, they're college athletes, they're playing for the love of the game, and they're playing so they can get some tail.
And also to
And-
get a chance at the NFL.
Right. Right, and if you can't get laid playing college athletics, then what is the point?
Sounds like Johnny Manziel in a nutshell.
Yes.
Except he blew
Right.
it.
Why would you not? Why would you wouldn't hit someone just to hit them?
Well,
You want to get some pooty.
you want to blow it in many more ways than one. Just saying.
James Amadei. Today I was on the joke boat headed to
I mentioned- we did this
Mackinac
one, buddy.
Island.
Irvin Alvarado.
Sorry. Oh, Irvin Alvarado. FC Barca has fallen. Messi is not the same player. All of the other players are old, and the club has no money to buy or sell their players. That 8-2 beatdown by Bayern is what ended the era for Barca. Yeah, the Champions League has been pretty interesting. Yeah, Man City got to go in, and I think they've been bounced already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even
Barca
following
was
Champions
like
League.
Barca got wrecked.
Barca got wrecked. I got yelled at for referring to them as Barca in one of my videos.
As shit as they are allowed to be called Barca.
Oh, look who's playing in the background. It's the Native American racist
Yes.
matchup.
Mhm.
It's the Braves versus the Indians. Both teams which should change their name.
No.
Are you racist now if you use the name Redskins?
No, I honestly, they should have just kept the name.
I've been calling them Deadskins from the time of ages of Dan Snyder, so I'm just gonna keep calling them the Deadskins.
Yeah, that's
Deadskins
not
not racist.
That's racist against dead people, and they are pissed.
Oh, dead people don't give a fuck. They're already
For
dead.
dead people.
They'll come back and haunt you, man. Oh.
DLM, Dead Lives
Uh-huh.
Matter.
Dead people watching you masturbate in your high school bathroom.
Ooh, the ghosts of dead people. It's like,
Your former classmates, your alumni. They're like, "Ooh, Tree's rubbing out a batch.
give a fuck.
Look at how small that peener is. A little Italian Polish sausage right there."
No, it's
I
a
can't-
Vienna sausage.
Yeah.
Time to go
Loving
back to
all
high
of the-
school and distribute some free literature.
The book,
AKA
the Gospel of Eat That Pussy 445.
He should write a Bible.
That he actually bailed out on me.
Oh, you got in contact with him? How did you contact him?
It was pretty easy. I just simply it was really interesting how this played out. What happened was in mid-May when I contacted him, he was talking, babbling whatever. He was saying, what the fuck's going on? Is your boy eat that pussy for 5, blah, blah, blah. And in the beginning of the video, he directly says, I was on Facebook. And that gave me an idea because I do this daily. So it gave me the impression to go on Facebook and message him. And I pretty much said to him, hey, listen, I know we're in a pandemic and all that crap, but would you be interested in doing an interview with me? And he said, sure, fuck it. And I said, when do you want to set up a date? He says, okay, we can do it Wednesday. And then the next thing I'm like, hey, it's Wednesday. Are we still up for the interview? Never heard from him again.
Yeah, that's what happened. Somebody asked him indirectly to come on the dumpster fire. He said yes. I messaged him, said, hey, at me on Twitter this, and nothing ever happened. So he's like a unicorn, man. He's just, you got to catch him when he's hot, or not jacking off or blowing up a toilet in Chipotle. IK8, loving all of the NHL overtime playoff games. Yeah, I think there needs to be more overtime.
Yes, I mean, especially 5 overtime games.
I think there needs to be every game. They just need to throw out the score at the beginning, and then there should be an Elam ending in hockey where the next goal wins it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Sad Frisbee, you read that one. You take over now.
Sad Frisbee. Oh, the magic. Just whooped on Tetakumpo. The magic. 1-0. The Bucks really blow. Sorry, I had to do it because of the little musical lyrics.
Boy, COVID has really hurt the Bucks.
I knew they were gonna fuck it up. The Lakers aren't the same either.
It's true. The Lakers.
I hope the Lakers fucking lose.
We're not. We're not the same. We're not the same team. We are just literally bandaging the wound. And at the end of the day, we're going to run into Houston or somebody who's...
I hope Houston loses too. Fuck that team.
Yeah, the Clippers
I
are
want the Clippers to win.
No! Don't say
Yes.
that. Don't say that.
The Raptors are very dangerous. The Clippers
Raptors
look
look good. The Celtics are interesting. Sixers are done.
Yeah,
But that's
Sixers
because,
are
I mean,
trash.
they've already lost, Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Ryan Klesko with a dong.
Ooh, Ryan Klesko, that's a blast from the past.
Ryan Klesko is a good player.
Yeah. Remember Mark DeRosa?
Mm-hmm. From the,
Who's on
I
those
think, Brewers, right?
DeRosa was a Brave.
Oh. Maybe briefly.
Yeah.
I'll have to look him up again.
I used to hate him because he's from New York and he fucking would kill the Mets. Met killer.
God.
Make EA Sports great again. 5 points. I saw you on the fall of the EA Sports vids. Yes, that was very fun doing that.
That seemed like that. I mean,
Very
I would have just been redundant if I were on that. It's like, fuck EA.
There's still a lot
They
of
fucking
stuff.
ruined 2K. Madden 2004 sucked to begin with. And I haven't played since, 08 or 09? And I really haven't missed shit.
What's funny is that video's 50 minutes long, and it's basically just absolutely bitching about EA Sports, but he does such a good job at it. I mean, he's got Trip Hawkins.
Yeah, he got like the creator of EA. It's
EA.
like, yeah, this corporation sucks now.
Yeah. He was like, it's kind of like watching your kid grow up. And he basically said it's like watching your kid grow up and become an asshole, was what he was inferring. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious. His extended metaphor was quite rich, to say the least. Jake Bazell. You read Jake Bazell.
Mr. Jake Bazell for 20 bones. The fact that Tatis was not only called out by the Rangers but his own coach and players and was forced to apologize for hitting a grand slam is the stupidest thing to come out of this controversy by far. Jesus, baseball. The reason why his manager bitch was because Jay Stingler worked under Chris Woodward. That's the only reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
And there's another home run. Carlos Baerga. That's a blast from the past.
Baerga was who I modeled my baseball swing after.
I was too young to remember Baerga when he was good. It's like, oh yeah, Baerga sucks now.
So one thing about Baerga that I applied was that he always kept his hands at the top of the strike zone, so that if a ball was below his hands, he knew not to swing. And I modeled my swing after that. So like that's why I took a lot of walks, because like if the ball was below my hands, I'd be like, nope, not swing, or above my hands. I mean, I'd be like, nope, not swinging, and that's how it was. It just made sense. Carlos Baerga.
Well, because when you have when you have to hit high, you're using just your upper body. You're not using your core and your legs. Can't get a lot of power.
Oh, man, you got to engage your core, dude. You got to use your legs
and core. Yep. That's how you do it.
Yep. Also, there is a positive to the whole Fernando Tatis. Everybody was talking about baseball today. Everybody was talking about Jim Rome.
And it's the first time we've talked about baseball since, the outbreaks.
Right.
It's been a rough year for baseball because nobody's talking about the good shit. It's all just like outbreak, scandal, Toronto fucking off, outbreak, and also unwritten rules bullshit. Like, it's not even good publicity. It's just like, this is a fucking embarrassment. Like, baseball is in trouble.
You want there to be a player get hit in the nuts by a baseball, and that will be all the good. That's the positive attention.
Please be Altuve. I'm hoping it's Altuve.
Altuve's been struggling big time this year.
I want Altuve to foul a ball off his own dick.
I'm actually kind of glad Altuve got exposed. Honestly,
no, actually, I want him to foul it off his little beeper, and it just falls out on the ground.
His Apple Watch that's around his ankle.
Like, no, don't hit me. I'm wired.
The Simpsons sets 90. Question for Tree: which EA sports game would you fawn over if you were featured in SDTV's Fall of EA Vid? For 5 points, Bob Campa was my teacher that played with OJ in Buffalo in the 70s. Oh yeah, that's great. That's crazy that he had a teacher that played with OJ Simpson. I guess he saw that OJ was a cut above back then.
Yep. Also, I say the game MVP was really good. NHL 94 or 93, that would probably be one. Those are classics.
First NHL was amazing. Sure.
What's the one for the Sega Saturn? Like NHL 96 was pretty good.
I never played the Saturn.
First NHL game which featured the one-timer, I think 94, was like 96. 94. Yep. That was unbelievable. I was like, wow.
Revolutionized the game.
Yeah.
What was the one on the Nintendo 64 when everyone's heads were really big? I think it was
Wayne Gretzky 3D hockey. Yep, I remember that one.
Yeah, that was the first one. Hey, Alex, read this next one.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Can you see it? It's by some guy named Alex Moreno. He says, just want to take the time to say TPS sucks. Yes, they do. They steal videos. They steal videos from me. They steal videos from KTO, from Highlight Heaven.
They just take ideas.
Pretty much everything.
They don't steal from me, but that's mostly because they can't really steal my shit.
Can't copy you.
It's actually because I actually Daquan Young not too long ago. I actually just interviewed Daquan Young about a month ago, and we were actually talking about Troll Pro Sports, and it's exactly what you guys were saying, is that they stole the content and they basically just
Yep.
lost out on everybody.
We had him on this stream too. He said the same thing.
Yeah, Daquan's been on several times. He's good people, man, for sure. He's awesome. I love that
The worst
dude.
thing, I like Daquan. The thing is that really irks me the most is now they're just trying desperately to do clickbait stuff. Like they did some video claiming, "Oh my God, Russell Wilson's been traded at the Bears," or like Odell Beckham's going to the Niners. Like it's just a blockbuster.
It's all
deal.
rumors.
These weren't even rumors. Like there's even a trade clause in Wilson's contract. He can't leave the Seahawks. And of all teams, why would he go to the Bears?
Yeah, they're terrible.
They're just spreading
and,
shit now. It's like an Eklund rumor from hockey. If he says it, it's not true.
Yeah.
Remember
It's like,
Eklund?
or John Heyman reporting anything is not true.
Well, when you have a
as well.
Bitmoji logo as your Twitter handle, you have lost all credibility with me. By the way, John Heyman's a little
I trust him
bitch.
about as much as I trust the Onion, pretty much.
And Clark, also a bitch.
Heyman's more of a bitch.
Heyman is pretty much a bitch. He's very sensitive.
Oh, he's a sensitive little ninny. I remember reading like this stuff like when he was just like threatening like a random Twitter user for like calling him out.
I don't
It's like,
even
dude,
do that.
really? I mean, I hear you say like "fuck you" to YouTube comments every now and again, but like you don't call them like fucking bitches on Twitter DM and like try to like spread shit like, "Oh, everyone hates you online." It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, he is. He does.
You're
have
a public
very large
figure,
impact.
motherfucker.
Right. MDM87. The Pelicans have finally fired Alvin Gentry. David Griffin is showing himself that he's not a fluke manager. Let's just hope Zion Williamson's career is not wasted. It might get wasted.
Oh, I mean, yeah, unless he goes somewhere else. But I mean, Brandon Ingram looked pretty good this year, though.
The Pelicans are a place. I mean, New Orleans just seems like a place where careers come to die. Do they not? I mean, AD was there.
CP3.
And CP3. Who else have they wasted?
I'm trying to think. Drew Holiday.
Has
Even
there
Google
been-
the Hornets not even there.
Yeah. So, hey, you read this next three.
Yep, Kyle
How about
Moylan for $5 Australian. Why is a hockey game only 3 quarters instead of the 4? Asked by a clueless Australian. That's easy because hockey plays 20-minute periods instead of the 15 by football.
that? Yes. And instead of they're actually not quarters, they're a third.
They're periods.
They're actually periods. Yes, they're some indeterminate amount of time, a period. Plus, they wanted to have euphemisms about menstrual cycles.
Yes, Tampa Bay in their 1 period last year.
Yes.
The time of the month.
Yes.
Jay Shaggy for 5. Do you see Greg Popovich returning to coach the Spurs next season? If so, how long do you think he'll go before retiring? I think he's going to retire in the next year or two. He's going to go with like a big, like pompous ceremony. Nothing against Pop, but I see that's going to be more his style.
Like a farewell tour.
Ryan Klesko with another home run. Damn.
Oh, Klesko's hot.
Banging.
He was like, I think his best year he batted like 280, maybe 30, 40 dongs.
Let me look him up. I'm not sure about
Going to baseball reference.
Yep, good old baseball reference.
Baseball reference.
27 wins above replacement. Yeah, 34 home runs, 282 average with the 150 hits.
Look at me with the stats.
Hey, that was 96. And then he hit 300 one year with 29 homers.
Wow, that
Look
was
at the
probably
Padres.
his best year.
Made the All-Star team
as a
once
Padre?
and won the 95 World Series.
Wow. He's a World Series champion.
Mm-hmm.
And good player. Not a great player. Good player. And I think he got fat. And then he was like not very good. So, all right, read the next one.
All right, let's go for Beast of Metal for 250. Score, Page on the redirect, 1-0 Islanders. Now 2-0 Islanders from a guy named
2-0
Barzal.
2-0 Isles.
Parker DiMatteo for 5. Hey, Tree, I'm just now getting into hockey, and Penguins have always piqued my interest. That's a great thing. Is it a good idea to like them? I don't know about this time.
I think the Penguins are going to see their time period, that window sort of slam shut. They could become the Kings, you know. It's rough times in LA, is it not? Is Alec Martinez on the
He's on the Knights.
the Golden Knights?
Yep.
Yeah. He's playing good. He's very productive.
That makes me the
Yeah.
He's having a good postseason.
Yeah, speaking of the Penguins, Trey, did you see the rumor about Matt Murray for Freddie Anderson?
Yes,
1-for-1?
I did hear that. I don't get it for either side. The
that
problem with
doesn't
Freddie
make any
Anderson is
sense.
like he has 1 year left on his contract. They have 3 goalies still under contract right now. It'd be a cap increase and the cap staying flat. If Toronto believes Matt Murray is going to be the answer, they are in for a rude awakening. He had a bad year this year. Plus, he's going to want big money. He's going to say, like, look at my 2 cups. Fucking pay me.
Right. And he's almost a clone of Anderson, but just slightly younger, you know?
And more streaky.
Streaky. Kirk Coble says best NHL playoff series this year. I'd say Columbus,
Toronto.
Columbus.
Right now it could be St. Louis, Vancouver.
Yeah. Oh, that is a good series because that one's finally tied up.
Tied up. St. Louis is starting to come back.
St. Louis, yeah, I thought after the first 2 games, St. Louis was in big time.
Oh, dude, if they lost Game 3, they were done.
Yeah, but they pulled it out, and now the series is tied. Hockey is a fickle bitch.
Oh,
is she
she's
not?
a very fickle bitch.
Is a very angry bitch sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
You read Max Cochran.
Yep, Max Cochran for 10. The Rangers are a joke of a franchise. They're probably talking about the Texas Rangers, not your New York Rangers. Fernando shouldn't have to apologize over hitting an absolute meatball. Love the show, guys. Tree, could you say something in the Hurricanes voice, please?
You know what's funny about the pitch? The pitch was not a meatball. It was low and outside. Like, I guess granted he knew a fastball was coming, but it wasn't an easy pitch to hit by any means. It was low and outside. It was not in his wheelhouse. He had to go oppo just to get over the fence, and he absolutely crushed it. So,
but they're still gonna bitch. It's like, what the fuck? How dare you run the score on me?
Your fucking job is to hit home runs, and you don't do your job. What kind of person are you? What kind of professional are you?
But it's not about professionalism. It's about caring about the other manager's feelings.
And speaking
Remember,
of
this is the same thing that they bitched about Jose Bautista. You know, like he hit a big 3-run home run and pimped it because it was the biggest hit of his career, and they chose to fight him. And then the next year because they were insecure little bitches.
Little bitches.
Didn't the Rangers blow out the Orioles at one point? It was like 30-3 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was
in
the
07.
greatest blowout in the history of the MLB.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the irony. It is absolutely delicious.
And another home run by Walton. I don't even know who Walton is.
I don't know who that is.
I'll have to look him up.
Hey, read this next one. I have thoughts on it.
Let's keep on going here with Soupy Spirit for $10. Lundqvist trade to the Wild to reunite with Zuccarello. Dubnyk to the Rangers. Nah. They'll buy him out.
I would take any trade for Lundqvist as long as the agreement is to buy his contract. We'll just give you cash.
You know where I think he goes? Over here. He's going to go to Buffalo. That's what I think. It's not the only. Absolutely. Think about this. If Henrik Lundqvist wants to be a full-on starter, you're not going to get that with the Avs, and you're not going to get that with the Caps. Every team wants a ender. He wants to be a starter. And I get he wants to win a cup with a lot of pride. I get it. And he's been there for almost 20 years. But the fact is that if Hank wants to start within the next 2 years, Buffalo would probably be the best shot for him to go. Because their goaltending system is absolute fucking garbage.
Yeah, I see Hank as getting Raymond Bourque, though. You know, like I just feel like he would get traded to a contender, and just so that he can hoist the cup and be like a role player, and second day goalie, because he doesn't have it like he used to at all.
But you know what it is that with goalies it's harder because they're unpredictable. Like if you were a defenseman or a forward, I would understand it. But goalies are hard to predict because nobody would think. Even 3 years ago, and I remember watching the draft recap from Tree when he was talking about the Golden Knights, and he was talking about how they were going to be bad and they were going to be tanking and all that garbage. And the next thing you know, nobody thought the Golden Knights were going to make the Cup final, and then Fleury just kind of took them out like that.
It's true. Fleury was great.
That's what I mean. And he's older too, so he's getting a chance to play. Unless Robin Leonard just kind of just kicks him out of town.
Leonard's playing very good hockey right now.
Yeah.
And by the way, I figured out the guy who hit the home run. His name was Jerome Walton. He have 423 career hits and 25 home runs. He played
the ex-Cubs shortstop. Huh?
It says
James Tree. Will there be concerts in 2021?
I hope so. Probably not. They'll probably slowly taper it in, or
it'll be Alex Moreno in his garage.
Yep, or it'll be us shitposting on the internet, and they'll call it a concert.
It'll be us singing Papa Roach covers.
The magic, you know. It's gonna be that shit.
I'm gonna remix that actually, not just the other song. I'm gonna remix that one that you sang about the Bucks. I have to.
All right. Oh, we should do something on Fernando Tatis Jr. Maybe a song there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get a script together for the next stream, and we'll sing this one, and then I'll get the next one for you.
Oh, you have another song?
Yes, I have seen it.
Oh, I didn't know. Beast of Metal. You read the next two Beast of Metal.
Beast of Metal 1989. I want Gustafsson fired no matter what happens, just like I still want Tomlin fired. But hey, that makes me consistent, if nothing else. Also, Barzal 2-0 Islanders.
Gotta be consistent in this world.
And another dong. Dear God.
Oh, wow.
They are.
What year was the game made?
Albert Bell, 95. Yeah, Albert Bell would crush those.
Yeah. There was a lot of home runs in 95. That was like the
that
peak
was
of the...
just before the Royd era. Like 2 years before.
Yeah, true. I think they had started making good synthetics by then. Mm-hmm. And
there weren't many dongs in that last game with the Asterisks and the Brew Crew.
Yeah, the Jeff Bagwell hit one though.
Yeah.
So, Dylan Philpott. Dylan Philpott says my lunch had more fight than the Caps.
Oh yeah, they're pretty bad. Like they're getting smoked.
They're getting stomped. John Pinkerton after 2-0. Hope he looks like he wants to look up Riley Reid videos. That way he can watch someone get more butt fucked than him. Ooh.
I'd go for more Alexis Texas, and Jim Thome now hits a home run.
I'm not a Riley Reid guy. No.
It's all about either.
It's fetishes. Like if you want to see people get fucked in the ass, you'll watch one person. If you want to watch, a bunch of like incest-related videos, you'll just go on the trending page of Pornhub.
Yep. Just the
or if you want to see some really fucked up shit, you just like go anywhere you desire, and it's like
7chan.
Fuck? Yeah, it's like there's some depraved shit, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Oh, any Axis country has depraved shit.
Yeah.
Germany,
European,
Italy, or Japan.
Russia. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Russia. Yeah. Germany, Italy, or Japan has the most fucked up shit.
Mm-hmm.
Ozyman 314. Here's your reminder. That's a terrible accent. Here's a reminder: the Boston Bruins had 3 consecutive chances to draft Matt Barzal, chose not to. Maybe they just didn't like that sort of.
They had like Jacob Zaboral, who was projected to be a good draft pick at the time, which I mean, fine, and another home run by David Justice. They had Jake DeBrusk, so they hit on one, and then the final one was like a reach in Zach Senyshyn, who's done nothing. I mean, let's be real. You could have had Kyle Connor, Matt Barzal, and maybe Tom Shabbat. I don't know. I think you take that over DeBrusk, Zaboral, and Senyshyn.
But they got Pasternak. They got Krejci. They got good players.
Yeah, I think next year is the rise and fall of the Boston Bruins, and it starts with Tuukka Rask. Ever since he left the bubble, everybody's been saying, "Oh, he's going to get traded. Oh, he's going to retire." For me, I think he's done.
He's not going to retire.
No, I think he just was.
His wife's giving birth and his family, and then Boston fans are bitching about, what a fucking pussy. In the same boat, praise Robin Lehner for overcoming his mental issues.
Right. I don't get it. Like, you cannot mock someone for opting out on the season ever for any reason. Like, if you opt out, unless you're Jonas Cespedes. Then it's,
Then
the
it's
way
Lowell
that you
Mets.
opt-
Also, Marcus
what a
Stroman.
save.
Marcus Stroman, too.
What a save by Varlamov. Holy shit.
Yeah, I got the game on as well. I'm just watching it and I'm just enjoying it. That's for sure. I mean, hell, I got a Fisherman jersey in the back too, so that works for me.
The late game, 5-on-3. Here's your chance.
Beast of Metal 1989. I think the incredible crime of McEnroe being a gigantic ham is the reason why all the unwritten rules of tennis got written down.
yeah,
That's true.
He
'Cause
whined a
McEnroe-
ton.
I'm just answer the question. For that shit. I should do a video on McEnroe, just all the sound bites that he provided for all those years. Like, people would not believe it now that he got away with saying that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Just bullied.
The question.
Huh?
We just shit on everyone. Spencer Young for 20. So every year there's a mediocre team that somehow embarrasses an eventual Super Bowl participant. Think Vikings Steelers in 95 or Lions Pats in 2018. Any predictions on who that'll be this year?
Oh, gosh, I cannot. You know, maybe the Browns put it to somebody really bad, you know. I don't know. Maybe the Washington football team surprises people with the blowout win.
Yep. And then they go like 6-2 and then blow the rest of the season.
That's possible. Maybe they rally
the
at first around their name. Uh-huh. The Simpsons sets 90. My birthday is in September as well, same as Patrick Marlowe's.
Nice.
Ooh, someone's got a hard on for Patty Mars.
Patty Marlowe.
Was he on a milk crate or a milk carton
He
for the
did
playoff?
nothing. And I said this at the deadline, like, this dude's done. I love him, but he's done. And that's a gapper. That's going to score some runs. Sorry, I'm looking at the baseball game here.
Why don't you watch the hockey game?
Well, it's a 5-on-3, and I guess it's going to keep being a 5-on-3. And actually, that's a penalty on the Capitals. I was going to say Redskins for a second. Oops, and there's another home run. Shocking.
Oh, nice. Hey, read
by Julio Franco.
Oh wow, the ageless
9-7-9. Braves are gonna blow this shit. All right, Beast of Metal 1989. I have a personal vendetta against Johns Manville because they ruined my 28th birthday, 30 years before I was born.
That's pretty funny.
Capitals just scored.
Oh, they did. Uh-oh, they're showing life.
Oh,
Showing
spaghetti
life.
up Kuznetsov. Yeah, you can't let Kuznetsov do that.
Woozy woozy.
Caps are gonna choke anyway.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
who knows? Let's go.
What do you got?
I got Craig Kramer.
I mean,
Yes.
I can be devil's advocate with it.
Read Craigie Kramer's.
Yep. Greetings from my new home of Las Vegas, where all sports ends before 8 p.m. and my noise is as dry as 86 Mets on a plane from Houston. Go Vegas Golden Knights as I try to get into hockey. Go Magic. Big win today. Congratulations on the move, brother. Hopefully it was for a good reason.
Yeah, maybe is he one of those people that just had to get Vegas out of his system?
Either that. Well, most people who live in Vegas work in the service industry.
Yeah. I know my buddy that lived in Vegas, they got out of there pretty quick. They just didn't like it anymore.
It probably wears on you after a while.
Yeah, they just
Bob,
they got
you like the jersey?
Like the noise, the lights.
Yeah. But my buddy Rad, he lives out there and he loves it. You know, he lives on the strip too, like in the main area.
Nice.
So, some people just love it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, you like the jersey?
Oh, I love it.
Fun fact, it's not actually Thurman Thomas. It's actually Earl Campbell. I'm sorry.
I mean, coming from a Rams fan, I can't wait for the Bills to kick your ass in Week 3.
Oh, you bet. All right, let's see. You wait.
All right, read the next snapper.
Patring, 9:30. I'm moving into college tomorrow. We're still having some in-person classes, even with the UNC thing and now the Notre Dame thing. I'm hoping for the best. Good luck, brother. I mean, I feel like a lot of classes are just going to pull out.
I cannot. Yeah, like your dad should have done.
Oh, same as yours, asshole.
I cannot believe that they're actually going back.
I mean, like,
this soon.
it's like
what is
everyone's
the
saying, like, let's go
benefit
back to the schools. It's like, no, that's actually a horrible idea.
What's the benefit? I don't. Just do
Well,
it
let me ask-
online.
It's so they can pretend to get all their money and give them a quote-unquote proper education.
I guess.
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like, so you're not paying $50,000 a year for Zoom conferences. Dude, I can learn more shit on the fucking internet. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. That's how I learned everything, by watching the Discovery Channel.
Well,
That's
the internet or
most of
video
my-
games. That's how you learn.
Right. Most of my knowledge.
I'm not going to teach you about Maple
Alright,
Leafs
next-
failure in school. Come on.
Next super chat.
Make EA Sports great again. For 2, Manfred, Bettman, and Goodell are clones of Ballard. Oh, dude, you're not even
No.
close. Harold Ballard is in his
No.
own stratosphere. You cannot compare him to anyone
Don't like
modern.
basement.
You're trying to run leagues. Ballard was like a massive racist.
He was a
that
racist, a
hated-
xenophobe, a sexist. He was just
Yeah.
like not even like 2020 standards. We're talking about like 1920 standards.
Nobody has as little accountability as a billionaire owner. An answer to nobody. Like, look at Donald Sterling. What was his punishment for saying racist shit?
Selling his
Selling
team
the-
for $1 billion.
Right?
$1 billion.
He should have been
Yeah.
banned years ago for being a shitty NBA owner and running a
Yeah.
terrible
Good.
franchise. That's what he should have been banned for, not for being a racist.
All right, read this next one because I've got an answer.
Paul
for this.
Feinstein for 5. 5 points. How do you feel that the Rags are back to being the little brother of New York again? Also, how will Rags waste Laugh's career? Let's go Islanders and F the Pens.
Wow, you just threw both of us under the bus. We got Lafreniere, okay? Now, if we didn't get Lafreniere, I would be...
Oh, Ovechkin from the point. We're tied at 2. Ovi did
my
the
goodness.
thing.
Back come the Capitals, roaring back. Roaring back.
Oh.
Was it a power play
Yeah,
goal?
power play goal. Ovi from the point.
Power play goal.
Ovi did the thing, and a little sink in Texas is about to feel something real soon.
Maybe.
Oh,
We'll see.
oh my goodness. Have you seen that meme where it's a chart where it says guard this area on the power play, and it just shows Ovi and circle? You cannot let that happen.
Well, he
Cannot
got partially
do that.
screened, but it was a good shot.
Still, you got to know where Ovi is on the power play. You cannot let him be the one that beats you. Yet it
Better yet, even wide open.
was wide open. Oh, how you like that, Paul Feinstein, huh? Karma. Yeah.
Uh-oh,
read
be
another
careful.
scoop.
He's going to come on here and call you a bitch. Craig Kramer for 5. So if Tatis Jr. has to say sorry for hitting a grand slam up 7, what's next? Richard Sherman saying sorry for a pick 6 up 20-3 with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Every time.
You know how many games, NHL or NFL games, have ended with the score with 0 time just because someone wanted a fantasy touchdown? Like, come on. Come off of that shit. Nobody talks shit running up the score. You're supposed to run up the score. All right, I'm getting...
Game.
Yep. Phil Michaels for $5 Canadian. Tree, you've covered the Ballard era of the Leafs. Will you ever cover the Marge Shot era of the Reds?
Ooh.
That's an interesting one. I'll have to look more into it, but she was a piece of shit.
She was. Yeah, you know what?
Didn't she,
You never
didn't she
run out of
deny the
history,
Holocaust? Or was she like a Nazi
Who did they say was
sympathizer or
worse,
something like
Mark
that?
Schott or George
Called one of her players a $1 million N-word. She said that Hitler did a lot of good at first, and that he kept the trains running on time. And then he just
got the trains running on time. What the fuck?
he quote unquote just went nuts. Okay.
Oh, so it's like the Bobby Hull quote. Hitler had good ideas. He just went too far on them.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
obviously
took him
talking
too
about the
far.
Audubon system. Nothing that serious.
Yeah. He was talking about.
He's talking about
you know,
Volkswagens.
yeah,
Volkswagens
he
are
just-
fucking horrible pieces of shit cars. You went way too far on them.
talking about the extra details on the uniforms that Hugo Boss designed.
Oh yes,
right?
your beloved uniforms that you love, right?
My beloved Hugo Boss uniforms. Don't tell me that the drip wasn't deep. Okay. Beast of Metal 1989 score Kuznetsov 2-1 Islanders.
That was a couple minutes ago, unfortunately.
Alex Moreno, sing my song, rap it, LOL. This is gonna be fun. Fine, we'll sing it when we finish this last Snapchat here. Boy, whole lot of nothing. What song is
It's
this?
the Whole Lot of Money song. I don't even
How am
remember
I
it.
gonna rap that song? I'll have to listen to it, Alex, and then rap it next week.
Yeah.
Okay, is that fair enough?
Mhm.
Wait a minute.
How about you do something to WAP?
Oh no, I'm gonna do a hard pass. I've never heard that song, and I don't plan on hearing it.
You should do one about Chris Woodward and call it WAC, Wet Ass Chris. Then just
Wussy ass Chris.
Wussy Ass Chris. Beast Metal 1989 score Ovechkin from the circle 2-all.
Did the thing.
Okay, Matteo. Are you guys saying my last name right? Matteo.
DiMatteo.
The Mario.
Italiano.
Here you go, guys, for saying my name. Oh, that's right. I thought he was asking a question. So you said it right.
My last name.
Is it Moreno? Or is it
Eno.
Moreno? Moreno. Alex Moreno, not Alex Moreno. Alex
Not
Moreno.
Not Moreno. Not Moreno.
Moreno. Moreno. Okay, we've never said it right this whole time, and you let us say it. You didn't correct
I
us
didn't care,
once.
'cause you didn't say Marino. I'm not like, hey, there goes Marino again. You
Hey,
can't have my-
Moreno. Hey, so it's Moreno. Is it
Yeah.
Alexe or Alech Moreno?
Just call
That's
him
the
Alex
proper way to-
Morno.
Marno. Hey, Marno.
Morno. It's literally a
Morno.
Hey, Justin Morno. Alex Moreno says,
Morno.
I love how they even got the cookie cutter turf in. Yes. And he also says, who is more irrelevant in LA, Sparks or Chargers?
Chargers.
The Chargers.
I mean, nobody gives a shit about the WNBA.
Sparks won a championship, didn't
Yeah, I mean, they'll have 10 people at the parade instead of 5. If the Chargers had a parade, nobody would give a fuck. It'd be like, look, you're blocking traffic. Get the hell out.
Greg Kramer says, Golden Knights, the brooms are out. I think it's not a sweep.
It's not a sweep.
4-1.
Corey Crawford did a please get on my back and I'll carry you to a win.
It's 2013. That's what he did.
Well, it's also 2013 for the Oilers, too, because nobody showed up besides the big plug guns.
The Mets actually winning?
Yes, 4-2.
Ooh.
2.
Against the Marlins are coming back down to earth, and the Pirates are tied. Holy shit. The Pirates might win their 5th game of the season.
Hold on, I do want to say something. Dodger is a big WNBA fan, so I don't want to shit on the WNBA too much because I respect and love Dodger. So
Yeah.
you're the only person I care about. But I am going to forever make WNBA jokes.
Well, dude, we all make WNBA jokes.
The next time I go to a WNBA game will be the first time I go to a WNBA game.
Whoa. Them's fighting words. But no, Dodge is a big fan. She likes women's basketball, and we need to respect that. We need to respect that. Like, I respect all women, especially nurses.
Was Teo's girlfriend in attendance for those games too?
Rex Racer 77. Ayo, I'm also starting off college. As I turn to the Hurricanes to calm my nerves, they respond with sucking harder than a skank with no teeth. Oh my god. So they sucked harder than a urinating tree.
I don't know about that.
All right, we made it to the end of the show, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, you have any closing thoughts that you want to say? Thanks for coming on, by the way. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Oh, we're actually tied at 9. Atlanta's blowing
Thanks
this
for having
shit.
both of us on your podcast, by the way. Anything to say, Bob?
Just check me out on my channel at Buffalo Bobcast on YouTube, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Buffalo Bobcast. And I got an interview tomorrow coming out on Friday with the End Zone on YouTube, and there's going to be more specialty content coming down the road, so stick around.
If you want to put a link to your channel in the chat, go ahead. If you're watching the stream, I don't. Let me see if I can.
Well, I've actually been paying attention more to Alex, like what the fuck he's been doing for an hour.
Don't pay attention to Alex.
I mean, I already am. We're like this.
Marquez Riley trying to sneak one in at the deadline. Braves lost their best pitcher, but they're beating the National. But yet they are beating the
They
Nationals.
won last night.
Well, Fultonavich is gone, and
Mike
then the other
Soroka
guy
had that devastating
Mike
injury.
Soroka. Yeah, he's done for maybe next year too.
Yeah. Torn Achilles or ruptured Achilles. Yeah.
Mike Soroka. I think when you tear your Achilles, you can't walk for 9 months, right?
Something like that. I'm not sure. I know like KD can walk for a bit, but I mean, you can't run or do like anything like pitch. You have to be very ginger.
I don't even think you can jack off. Huh? A torn Achilles, you can't even jack off, and that would be sad.
Mm-hmm.
You might re-tear your Achilles jacking off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you wrap up the show,
Not
Tree.
a problem, Mr. 5 Points. Maybe we will figure out who wins this baseball game. Actually, never, because it's offensive in the year 2020. And also, congratulations to the Washington Capitals for finally showing up in a playoff game. I figured it would have taken a while. It looks like the Isles are going on the power play. And it looks like there's another home run. Is it going to be? Yes, it's a home run for Fred Crime Dog McGriff.
Yep.
Very nice. Crime Dog McGriff. And we'll leave it at that and call it a good night, ladies and gentlemen. And as 5 Points always says, you have made it to the end of this stream. Also, remember Dodgers Afterburn. She put the link in the description of this chat. Have a good night,
doing something a little different tonight.
Ooh, what do you mean by that?
Oh, she jumped in at the last second. What's up?
Yeah, so we're doing something a little different tonight. It's still very interactive, and it's still very much the community participates, but we're going to do something a little more chill tonight. You guys will see when you get there.
I see.
Okay.
Okay.
Afterburn.
All right. But okay, so now you've made it to the end of this stream. Peace out, yo.
Peace out, fuckers.
Later.